All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I wanted to cover these stocks again today, and normally I don't do 3 days in a row, let alone 2 days, right? But today was an important day, okay? And I know there are a lot of people out there that are gonna say, "Hey, buy the fear. Let's, squeeze out the shorts and like this and that. Like trust the paper hands." Like I've heard it, I've read it all, right? I am bullish on these, right? Like I sincerely believe Trump is not done bringing headlines, bringing news. Like I am. That said, there are immediate reasons for concern, okay? And that's really what's going to be my highlighting focus today across the three, okay? I'll give my, hey, what needs to happen for good things, like I normally do, right? But I am going to focus on the bad because, again, the one thing that comes with my videos, right, is I'm looking for daily to weekly movements, right? Like this has made a number of amazing daily moves, actually now pushing a week and a half, right? So I'm not focusing on the entire year. I'm looking short term. And yeah, I think there are some reasons, and I think it gets a little louder as we look at DWAC and as we look at Rumble. Okay, so fun is almost the closest to a 50-50. All right, but again, I think looking at the three as a new kind of Trump sector gives me some caution. All right, so before I go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad if you disagree. I'm telling you, anything you can do can help so much with these YouTube algorithms, especially if you can actually share the video. My socials are growing, but most of you have way bigger ones than I do. So yeah, if you can share, that click does a lot, okay? So look, I will be honest. I took a loss here on Fun today. I was excited. I what like there's I'm not even pretending, right? It's really sad because I don't think I mentioned it much on the video. I know I mentioned it once. I know I said it on the Discord and at least on either StockTwits or Twitter, right? But one thing I talked about was buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay, that's a really important stock phrase for a reason. All right, and there were a lot of rumors floating around, right? The first one was that Trump was simply going to win New Hampshire. Obviously, he did, right? I think the bigger rumor was, oh man, the first caucus did this. The second one, if he can do it again, should do this again, right? And lo and behold, it didn't. In fact, people bought the rumor and somewhat, you can say, sold the news when he actually won, right? I think the other somewhat pessimistic thing is there's no immediacy for the next real big headline. Okay, now what does that mean? Look, the caucus 1 and caucus 2 timing was like back to back essentially, right? It was essentially within a week away, right? The next round of caucuses, cockeye, I don't know what to say to pluralize that cockeye. Damn, sometimes I make myself laugh. The next round's late February. It's basically a month from now, right? So immediately there isn't that much. Now, someone on the Discord, and I want to talk about it because I thought it was at least well worth mentioning. Give me a second, right here. So the 2 upcoming events, the 2 catalyst events that he felt were going to be bullish were, number 1, the potential of Haley dropping. All right. I say potential because clearly she might stay till the very end, right? Like we are making assumptions. But if she does drop out, that would obviously be interesting. The second one, which I agree, I think there is a highly anticipated VP pick that he essentially can drop at any moment. That one might be a little interesting as this like X factor of when it might come, right? But What I'm thinking of is a 1 month lull. All right. Now, there are obviously some other trials that Trump is in. That'll bring its own headlines. Every now and then I see a Supreme Court decision about this or that Trump's name is on, right? Like, there will be other headlines. I don't think anything will matter except, is this guy going to maybe become president, right? Anything connected to that is what will matter. And again, that is when, doesn't matter what our opinions are. It doesn't matter if you're going to vote for him. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. Like, none of that matters, right? Like, we are here to watch 10 cents go as high as almost 50, sitting at 35 today, right? Like, you get what I'm saying, right? So to me, that worries me, okay? Now let's get into the technicals, because I know a lot of you are here for the technicals, right? This is an interesting one, and where I actually want to start is down here. Okay, today was a really bad double-digit, almost 20% loss, but the red volume candle wasn't drastic. Okay, the one thing I've been talking about the last few videos is accumulation. Say it with me in the back now. Accumulation. I like it when I see people buying and then not all of a sudden selling a bunch, right? Like, people bought over $1 billion, sold roughly half. That's a little scary right there, right? But then, not really half, right? Because this was actually 1.5, so they got rid of a third. But then, lo and behold, way more days of buying. This right here makes me believe that there was no like flip, like there was an accumulation. Today, I'm actually a little surprised the dump off wasn't here and like way more dramatic, right? So in some ways, it's interesting how low the volume was comparatively to the day we saw. And look, the candle itself kind of like echoes this. It's not like it was a big bad red candle, right? So yeah, this actually caught my eye a lot, because I'm still not sure. Are people still accumulating and holding? What, you know, and I think to that, I think tomorrow is going to be a little more important, and that comes up to where I'm going to talk about up here in the 200 moving average line. All right. So again, with PHUN, you got to remember, PHUN is not break all five and fly just yet. Okay. Yes, it has physically been over that purple line for 3 days in a row, right? Like, this day ended here, that day ended up there. And even today, you can see it in the box over there. The average 200, the purple line is 0.34. We closed at the green line on top at 0.35. We're a penny above it. We have physically been above all, oops, nope, don't click the line. We have been physically above the line for 3 days, but there is a difference between being over a line and breaking a line. Right? Like, I need to believe we've broken the line that, again, we haven't even remotely touched since these last couple days, right? So again, this is the 200 on its own is the last of the five for a reason. Add the impossibility of the line over the last, what, 2 full years, right? Give or take. I mean, yeah, give or take. We'll call this March. We're coming into February, right? So 1.9 something, right? Like, we are close to 2 full years of letting the 200 average own us, right? So it's not going to be easy to break it. I'm still not sure right now, okay? One thing that I'm starting to see here is this RSI, okay? What I like, and look how, I have to zoom in super hard. I actually have to click over there to see it. You can see it when I click in. The RSI is 64.16. The red line is 64.8. We are actually red over green. I like it when both the MACD and the RSI are green over red, and they both are diverging, and like they both tell me the same thing. I don't really like the fact that they're just kind of telling me something different. Now, again, I know this is a meme stock. I know that like the silliness can come and do whatever it wants and blah, 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 right? Also, let me just go ahead and say, I should have said this earlier. I see it going down. You know, I don't care about post-market, like, especially if it's not a crazy significant move, right? Like, so what am I looking for? Really, I think it's all about this 8 moving average tomorrow. Okay, the real question tomorrow is going to be, because look, the eight's actually still going up, right? You can arguably say, I don't know the math behind these lines. I'm not here pretending to be some like math savant genius, right? Like, I'm seeing a line going up. I'm seeing a line that's saying straight. Looks to me like on tomorrow's candle, they actually might meet right here, right? The question is going to be, are we going to lose the 8 and the 200? Are we going to lose the two really important lines of the 5 but I like cover all the time, right? Or are we going to use those as strength to bounce up? That's the question. And look, I'm not here pretending I have a crystal. There are moments that are just too 50-50 for me to pretend to even have a remote answer to, right? What I'm confident about is it will be obvious, and our job is to play the follow through. And you can play it a number of different ways. If it's going to keep going up, hell yeah, let's go. If it's going to go down, you can either hit eject, you can consider buying. I'm not here to tell you buy, sell, hold, right? But I feel like we're coming down at 25 cents. If I had to put some sort of guess to it, and I'm using the word guess very, very, and look, even with what I say is like my better set, right? The 1 and the 2, we're using chart readers. It's hard to tell. It really, really is. Because let's be honest, and you know what? People have been saying it in the comments a bunch. Damn, I've gone so long on, I'm not feeling well, so I can tell I'm like rambling a little bit. I hope this is valuable. Like, a lot. When I say a lot, it's maybe 1 out of every 5 or 6 comments is PHUN's a scam. PHUN's a scam. What is PHUN even going to do for Trump? PHUN's a scam. PHUN's a scam. How is this related to Trump? Listen, I'm not here arguing that or saying anything. Like, I don't know anything about this company. I'm going to be real honest with you, right? If you watch my videos, I've never pretended otherwise. What I know is the volume is still crazy, but the moving averages keep things in check. And if you're going to lose key lines, you're going to drop hard. If you're going to use 2 important lines as support, you're going to go up real hard, all right? Tomorrow's going to be an important day. I think what happens to 33, 34 is going to be really critical, all right? Again, I think my low end is 25. If 25 is lost, look, the other side of I just said this on where is it? On Marathon. Nope. Where was it? Right here. Look, I was crazy bullish on Marathon and green, all right? The other side of the coin is green can turn to red, all right? And this can bring us back down as low as 17. I'm telling you, maybe 22 will be strong enough to hold. For real, there's no reason this thing shouldn't come back to 17, even as low as 14. All right? Now, again, I still think 25 will hold. I can even see some strength in 22 right here, okay? I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm telling you, but I will ride one of the 2 outcomes. That's for sure, all right? Let me know your thoughts on the technicals. Let me know your thoughts on that front half, momentum, catalyst news. I'm really not looking at the weekly much, right? And look, actually, the weekly screams a lot of what's going on. We're still trying to get over the 50. The 50 is still a line we still have not closed over in a really long time. The 50 moving average screams a lot of what's going on right now. It does. Again, be careful here. Be careful here. Be careful here. Ride the momentum if you're not comfortable going to bed and waking up for bad news. That's my best advice. I went way too long on this. I apologize. Let me jump into DWAC. All right. So look, I'm going to be echoing a lot of the same thoughts, and hey, maybe I'm just going to kind of cluster the chapters together because I don't want to repeat this for another 14 minutes. But There are two really, oh, so if you can please share and subscribe this video, that'd be so amazing, all right? There are plenty of people out there that are gonna keep saying nothing but good news, all right? They're gonna keep telling, hey, don't worry, buy the fear. Hey, don't worry, we're just like shaking out the paper hands, this and that. Like, I'm proud to say I'm not a fanboy, all right? I lost so much silly money on fanboys telling me things were okay when they just weren't, all right? So I'm worried that this isn't, because look, I literally just ended the other video with it, all right? Well, I'll just read it. The other side of my favorite rhyme, you know my favorite rhyme is red, 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 red to green, 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 green. I love it, okay? Green, 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 green turns into red, 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 and Marathon just did it. That amazingness turned into a lot of bad really quickly, especially once the moving averages weren't there to save it, okay? DWAC is in a place where green, 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 green can turn into red, 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 and there's no moving average, right? It does still look like it's going up, and hey, if I had to guess, maybe the slope is right there. Maybe 3450 is what this comes down to tomorrow, okay? I'm sitting here expecting this to come down tomorrow, okay? And again, just echoing the thoughts without repeating it too much. There is no immediate caucus coming up, all right? There's something coming up in the next month. There are another two of them, and obviously one of them is her home state of South Carolina, right? Or the one that she won. There was another thing that I flashed earlier that I did think was well worth sharing. Come on, VP. There we go. So look, there was a theory that the anticipated VP pick can actually come at any time. And yeah, maybe that's enough to lift it a little bit, but I see no immediacy here, at least related to the 24 election. You know what I mean? So to me, I think we're about to just come back to the realities, all right? One of them that I'm starting to see is this RSI. What was in unbelievable 98 reading, the day before 98 reading, the day before 92 reading, like those 98s alone, I'm telling you, are some of the highest I've ever seen. We're now back into a healthy 72. I think we even come back down, like I said, to that a little bit more, and maybe we come into like a 60-ish, you know. Look, it's not bad to come down, all right? You hear me talking about bouncing on the 8 moving average like a champion. Sometimes you just move a little too quickly away from the 8, and you got to come back down a little bit to kiss it and then take off again. Just, it is what it is with crazy movers like this, okay? Now look, obviously anything can happen here. I know a lot of people are going to say technicals don't matter on crazy stocks like that, and hey, in some ways I hear it, right? I do, but I'm here trying to put a little bit of, I'm trying to get a piece of rope on a crazy bull, all right? That's what I'm trying to do. And believe me, I don't believe I'm going to control the bull like I control my car with a steering wheel, right? Like I don't have a gas pedal, a brake pedal, you know, transmission and a steering wheel. No, I got a piece of string, and I'm hoping that's enough to at least, you know, keep me behind it instead of head on and let the horns take you out, all right? Sometimes I do some cheesy metaphors. I'm not feeling the best right now, and I think it's adding a little extra Parmesan to the cheese, but I hope you got that right there, all right? I see this coming down immediately. I still believe this has a lot of good in it, all right? As long as the lines don't tell me, you know, anything crazy. Look, theoretically, and I'm not here saying this right now, I'm telling you, because like I said, 34, I think this 30 line, this can actually come down as low as $23 and still be bullish. If you watch my videos, as long as you're over the 8 and the 20, I'm cool with it. And when I'm seeing the lines go up, I'm cool with it. You know, the problem is I'm not cool cool with a stock that was around 49 dropping all the way to 23. That's where things get scary, right? And that's where I'd rather anticipate that than sit here and have someone tell me, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. You know, that's just me personally, right? And hopefully you find value in that. But yeah, I think that's it. I can't believe this was a 20-minute video. I swear I came into this thinking it was going to be quick, and I actually planned on separating this because I thought I was going to be quick in this. So I think that's it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Oh man, I appreciate you all so, so much.